chosen one. They were certain that it was over for you. They had really went ahead and figured that you was going to give up. They thought that everything they did to you surely would have made you quit by now. So you went through what you went through, and you're still going through what you're going through. But they didn't know how strong you were. They didn't know that the only thing they was going to do was drive you harder into more dedication. They didn't know that what they did to you to destroy you was only going to push you harder, make you want to go in harder on yourself, on your goals. They've been waiting for a long time for you to fall off. All of them. They've been waiting and ready to see it happen. And you know the reason why too. You know the main reason why. Is so that they can say that you weren't all that you said you were. But you know that you're all that you said you were. You know you're a winner. You know it up here. Okay, so you stumble. Everybody stumbles. But you get back up. You dust yourself off. And then you go back in and fight. You have to fight. You have to do it. Like I told you before, nobody else is going to do it for you. So this is the time, right now, that you got to do what you got to do. It's getting hotter and hotter out here right now. Every day, the struggle continues. Every day, the struggle is real out here, chosen one. You already know. Every day, you got to figure out what you're going to do. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you put the Most High first. You talk to Him, you let Him know everything that you're dealing with. And that's all you can do. Everything else that's outside of your control, you don't have no control over. You give up everything to Him. Every day, man. That's what you do. And y'all know my story. I had to hand over all my enemies to the Most High. I had no other choice. And I done told y'all they trying to make me lose my mind. That's what they've been trying to do the whole time. You know that's what they're trying to do to you too, chosen one. They're trying to make you lose your mind. They've done everything they can to make it impossible for you to function in this society because of what you believe in. That's the reason why they've done everything they've done to you. And it's all because they're waiting for you to come back to them. They want you to come back to them, but you know you can't go back there. You done pushed through a lot of pain when nobody else was there. And one thing you're never going to forget is how when nobody else was there, you had to push through solo dolo. That's one thing you're never going to forget. So they all showed you now that they don't deserve no place at your table when you get the victory. And you know you will have the victory because failure is off the table. I done told you, once you know that you can't fail, then the only thing you can do is win. That's the only thing you can do is win. When failure is no longer optional. You know it's been a long, hard road. I remember walking down the trail where y'all see me have recorded a lot of my videos at one time. Just looking down at the concrete. Not knowing what I was going to do. But then what did I do? I sucked it up. I dealt with what I had to. I took the loss on the chin from everything they had done to try to ruin my business and everything. And I took stock of what I had and I said, all right, I gotta make something happen. Then I looked around at all the junk in my yard. All the junk I had accumulated in my yard for cleaning up these wicked and evil people's property who had no feelings for me or no feelings of remorse for me when they did what they did to me, to attack me. They left me for dead. When the authority figures and the police came to me back after to harass me while I was on my job trimming palm trees about a business license when I'm in here with my 84-year-old mama in this little single-wide mobile home, barely putting food on the table with the money I was making from these people who was dragging me pretty much out there in the heat with a Home Depot lawnmower, with a Walmart lawnmower and Home Depot weed eating equipment and blowers. And I'm out there in this hot triple digits working for these people and just had a handful of people who I was working for, and they pretty much dragging me already as it is, like I was making all that kind of money or something. And then they coming after me, terrorizing me about a business license after the whole thing like that, because it done turned most of them into zombies because they already took it. But you know what I did though, man, you know what I'm saying? I said, all right. So I took stock of the situation. I said, I looked at all the junk around my yard and everything, all the metal and all the stuff from scrap old lawnmowers and things I had accumulated around here, pulling their junk around in my truck that I rebuilt with the engine hoist that I put up in the pine tree in my backyard by myself with nobody else's help, and put a whole nother engine in my 79 Chevy C10 by myself with nobody else's help, with an engine hoist and a rope by myself. I did all of this with no help from nobody, and nobody cared. None of my fake family members, nobody. So they've been jealous the whole time. But this is the way I've always had to go ahead and find a way to find a loophole through this system. Because I done told you they done did everything they could to destroy me with this system. And weaponize this Babylon system against me. But you know what though? I took stock of all the metal and everything in my yard. I said I'm gonna clean all this junk up out my yard. And so I took all the junk out my yard. And I took and cashed that all in. I had to go get a scrap metal permit to scrap it at the junkyard. But I took it and cashed it in. And I made something happen with that money. I took that money and I fixed the car. And that's how I was able to go back to work, doing the work that I was doing. And this is all without nobody's help. And if you will go and look in my videos, you will see where I had ran into all different types of difficulties even after that. The AC compressor going out, have to divert the belt and get a shorter belt to make the power steering pump still work so I could bypass the AC compressor so I could keep going. See, these are the things that real soldiers do. Real soldiers man up. And all your little haters was never nothing but cowards. And they was jealous and envious of you is the reason why they did what they did to you. You know it. But what's really got them the most pissed off right now is that none of it could destroy you or stop you. You're still unstoppable. Just in here again today, you know, getting in the chest and the triceps again with the dumbbells again, you know, back on it, back on top of it. The only thing they have done by doing everything that they did to me the only thing that they have done is made me more ambitious now, more driven now. That's all they've done. They've pushed me over the edge. But not the edge they wanted to push me over. See, the edge they wanted to push me over and what they wanted to push you over, chosen one, was to make you crash out. That's the edge they wanted to push you over. Or to make you, you know, end it, if you know what I mean. Unalive yourself. But you didn't do that neither. You got a lot that your shoulders done held up for a very long time by yourself. But you know what they're doing right now, don't you? They're still waiting by the phone, praying that you will call them to ask them for a handout. Praying that you will call them to beg them to help you out. They want you to bow down to them. They want to control you. They want to be over you. They want to keep you small. But you can't never be small. Because you're the greatest of all. And you know you are. You're the GOAT. The greatest of all times. They gonna see it. They ain't gonna have no other choice but to see it. They ain't gonna have no other choice but to see it because you know there wasn't never nothing wrong with you. You know now. And you know that you don't need none of them. You know you never will need them. And yeah, it's hard being alone. It's hard being alone. But you find things to do being alone. To stay occupied. And you also know that there's a whole lot less drama this way. All they was ever going to do was bring drama, chaos, and confusion into your presence. That's all they ever wanted to do. And they wasn't never for you. And they never will be for you. All they want is what they can get out of you. That's all they want. But you're not going to let them get a dime out of you. You're not going to let them get 1 red cent out of you. And you're not going to go and try to help them no more because they didn't never try to help you when you was down. And they had no feelings and no remorse. They took pleasure seeing you in your struggle and in your pain. They wish right now that you would just disappear. That's what they wish. They still wish that. Maybe now they're starting to learn that they're going to be tired to see your face because they can't get you out of the race, chosen one. Maybe now they're starting to learn that you wasn't never nothing to be played with. Maybe now they're starting to learn when they're seeing everything that you told them is happening, that you always told the truth. And maybe now they're starting to learn that you never was the villain, that you was their victim, that they tried to run over and make your back like a doormat for them to stomp you with their feet on. And they had no care at all for your wants or your needs, and they still don't. Believe that. Given the opportunity, they will do it again. So God had to remove them from your life. And some of them walked away on their own. Some of them you had to cut off. But good riddance. Good riddance. That's what you know. Because they wasn't never gonna be a part of nothing positive. They wasn't never gonna be a part of nothing real. Because they're all fake. And you know it now. You know that now. So anyway, you know what you got to do now. You know everything that you got to do now. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep it moving. Even if you got to do it alone. You got to stay committed. You got to stay committed. You got to stay consistent. Stay creative. Stay dedicated to the excellence and the path to excellence that you are on. Because you are excellent. You know you are. And you don't need nobody else to tell you that. Especially not fake people. Because that's all they're ever going to be. And crabs in a bucket. And try to drag you and pull you back down. But you're not going down. You're going up. Every day. That's what you're doing every day. And you know I got my flat bench in on my dumbbells already. I'm about to move into the next thing. You know, the incline dumbbells. About to get in this chest and triceps again today, right now. Chosen ones. Then got in my 2-mile run today. And my mountain bike ride this morning. And so, I don't care if the earth is shaking. I don't care if the mountain falls into the heart of the sea. There's no stopping until that happens. Or until I lay flat back. Whenever that happens, when it's a wrap. When it's my time. And then after that, I'm going up anyway. So, it's not going to be a wrap. It might be a wrap for this body, but not for my spirit, because I know that I'm a multi-dimensional being, just having a human being experience here on this earth. But the things that they did to us, Chosen One, were so evil and wicked and diabolical. It doesn't make any sense. And there's no escape for them now for what they did to you. And for trying to belittle you and put you through all them humiliation rituals. And try to keep you broke. And then send people up around your house to monitor you and spy on you. And to watch you. And then to sabotage you. And then to betray you. And then to spread lies on you. To try to ruin your reputation. But none of it worked. And so it's going to backfire now. It has backfired. It all backfired now. And now it's going back to the sender. Return to the sender. 100-fold. That's what's happening now. Alright, Chosen One? So, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't ever forget. The Most High is with you, even if it seems like nobody else is, and even if it still feels like you're alone. And if you stumble, dust yourself off, pick yourself back up, and start fighting again. If you stumble, if you made a mistake, none of us is perfect. Not even myself. Because what the enemy wants to do is get up in your head and make you quit. He wants to get up in your head and make you think bad of yourself. And show you your mistakes. But you got to say what you know. I'm covered in the blood. I am a child of the Most High God, redeemed by the blood of Christ, set free from condemnation, and treasured by my Creator. And know that you are the diamond that you are. And keep shining. Keep winning. Alright? As always, peace, love, light, Blessings to you all, chosen one. Keep getting it every day. Don't never let them stop you. They can't never hold us down. All right? Till the next one, I'm going to catch y'all all on the next one. Peace. I'm out.